So I'm working on a 2014 Crosstrek, the infamous head gaskets, FB20 engine. Had the heads resurfaced. They're taking apart right now because one of the important things you have to do, these caps right here, they are not caps, they're shims. If you look right there, that's the shim size, 222, but it's actually 2.2 millimeters. 2.22 millimeters. And what they do is when you're disassembling this, these have to go back in the exact same location they came from, along with the rocker arms. And there's no way to adjust these like you do the old school, where you loosen a jamming nut and you tighten it with a fathead screwdriver. What you have to do is the cam sits right above this, and you have to measure in between the rollers. And when you get a head job done, the valves get redone again. So they had to resurface it, take the heads apart. You have to reshim everything, and it's a tedious process, but it's, if it's something that you can do on your own, do it. This would cost you a lot of money. I have the money to pay others. I just don't want to pay others. I grew up with a dad who would like to do everything on his own, so I kind of have that mentality still. But you can get these at the dealership right here if you're just removing and replacing the head. If you're just removing and reinstalling the head, you're not going to do the resurfacing. You're not going to do any extra work. You have to remember, the engine can be left in the car. You can do it while the engine is still removed. The heads are sideways. Basically, like, sideways. But the important thing is the moment you remove your cam carrier assembly, all this is basically facing up and down horizontal. These rocker arms will fall. And the bad thing about that is you have to remember, or they have to go back in the exact same spot because it's part of the measurement. So what I should have done, or what I would recommend doing, is prior to taking the cam carrier off the head, before moving from the engine, is they number them. I did these in Roman numerals, 1, 2, 3. And then I just numbered each head, each valve. So when they do fall off, where they're going to go back exactly, so that you don't have to do measurements, you don't have to do everything, because that is a tedious process. You have to be mechanically inclined to do this? Yes. Do you have to be Subaru certified? No, I don't think so. Why? Because there's so many other Subaru certified mechanics online and on the famous YouTube channel. So follow them. That's where I get most of my advice. I'm mechanically inclined. I was a helicopter mechanic for almost 20 years. And my philosophy was, if I can work on a helicopter, I can work on a car. Yeah, they're two different components, two different types of modes of transportation. However, one is almost hundreds of millions of dollars, and if they trust me, the Army trusted me to work on that, then I'm pretty sure I'm quite confident to work on a car, and a motor. I was an engine mechanic in the Army for 20 years. Well, not 20 years. I did it for the first 5 years, and then when you move up in supervisor position, but I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, this is my new channel. I am a social worker who does part-time DIY, working on mechanics. This is my sister's car, so she's going to get the brother discount. Basically, I'm doing this for free. She doesn't know it yet. She thinks she's going to pay me. She's been asking me how much, and I keep telling her, I'll let you know. But that's what I was talking about. That's the block. The head goes in horizontal. So the passenger side is easy. The driver's side is going to be a little bit more difficult because there's not much room. You do have to lift the engine up, and it does wiggle. You do have to take the little mount off. This is what supports. This is an engine mount, and there's an engine mount down there that's being held by one nut. Yeah, it's Subaru. It's a little complex, but they're so easy to work on. They're so mechanically friendly. This is my first time working on a Subaru. I love this car. It makes me want to buy one. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. You know, lot of knowledgeable information on YouTube, and yeah, feel free to ask me anything.